Welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a step-by-step on Starlord from the new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie coming out. So the first thing you're going to need is a pencil, ruler and an eraser, and let's begin. Step 1, mark a dot in the centre of your page. From the dot in the centre of your page we're going to measure out 5 centimetres to the left and 5 centimetres to the right. Once you've done that, put a dot at the top and a dot at the bottom, and then we're going to draw a circle by joining these 4 dots together. So a nice round circle, and that will be a starting point. So you want a ruler line down the left hand side, a ruler line down the middle, and a ruler down the right side. So we should have 3 vertical lines. Now in the middle of the circle, I'm just going to draw a typical eye shape, so an oblong. And then I'm going to draw one to the right and one to the left. So you should have 3 eyes in a row side by side. This is just to get the distance of where we're going to put the actual eyes. Now the eyes on this mask are going to be circles. Now I'm just going to draw some fake lines in to get a feel for where things need to go on the picture. So I'm going to draw a line at the bottom of the circle. And then I'm going to draw another line about the same distance at the bottom as it is from the eyes to the nose area. I'll draw a line at the top of the circle and then draw a line there for where the eyes are so we can get them in line. So I'm just going to draw a definite thick circle on the left hand side, and then same on the right side. So I'm just going to draw another circle, a bit thicker line though, so we can see what we're actually going to be keeping. So over the top of the guidelines. I'm just going to make this circle a little bit wider so it's similar to the one on the left. And then I'll rub the guidelines out that are in between and around the circles. So just checking that the circles are in line so that the eyes match. I'm just going to rub this one out on the left hand side because I'm not happy with it. I'm going to redraw it. So I want it a little bit closer. Make sure it's in line with the other one, and then nice and round. That's better. And just do that until you make it nice and round. Same on the other one. And then you can always rub out any mistakes. Now to make sure you've got both circles roughly in line and the right height and distance apart, I'm going to draw another line underneath the eyes to make sure they're on target. Then we can make a start on the middle part. So the middle bridge of the nose, it's got a line that comes up across the top of the eye. Same on the other side, so it's like drawing swimming goggles, the square kind, like your scuba diving goggles. And then it's going to come down the side. I'm going to draw an extra line around the outside of the circles on both sides. And then that's going to connect at the top part with a diagonal line. So we'll do what we do on the left to the right. At the bottom part, it's got a little, like a square, rectangular piece coming out. So do that to both sides. And then I'm just going to neaten this line up here on the left side, connect it round the eye, make this a little bit round, all the way round, like so. So I'm just going to rub out the pencil line in the middle. So that's better, that's more curved. So you curve it round. Then from the top side, it comes down with a diagonal line and then curves straight to go down the side of the face. And that comes down at a slight angle, not completely straight, so it looks like it's 3D to his face. Now the top part, it's like a forehead strap. So just extend that line up there. And then again on that side. So across the top, you double your lines up, curve it down, follow the exact guide of the other line. So it's like we're doing a border. And then the forehead, it curves across. And in the middle part, 2 vertical lines. And then again, you want to curve it down and follow the same pattern as the other 2 lines we just done. So it's like it's 3D on his head with the thicker lines. Then we'll add in a little trapezium, upside down trapezium. Just put a little marker at the bottom of the nose. I'm going to try and make this right eye nice and round, so I'll thicken these lines up. Get it as close to the left eye as possible, so it looks identical. And then we can rub out some of the excess pencil line inside the eye. So just extend this line around here. And rub out some of the lines so it's not as thick. So now we're going to make a start on the nose. So just draw a little line down here. And we're going to do like a mini trapezium, but a very long one. So it's curved on the sides and then straight across the top. So a long rectangle with triangular edges. So a long stretched out trapezium. That is going to be the bridge for the nose, or the bottom part of the mask. So from here, we're going to draw from the middle part of the circle a dot to bring down the mask. So just measure this out here. I'm going to double this line up and bring it round so it's got like a border on it of metal framework. So we curve this all the way around at the top, and then it joins up towards where we drew as vertical line at the start. And then we're going to curve that round just above the corner of the forehead strap. Now again, halfway in between this part, I'm going to draw a line vertically down. And then we're going to draw a little square here and a diagonal line up towards the bridge of the nose. And we're going to double that up like a rectangle to connect it. Now off of this little square, we're going to draw a pipe coming out, so a very thin pipe coming down. So it comes out a little bit, then straight down. So now we need to do this on the other side as close as possible. So again, the same, it comes out on the right side, like metal framework, and then we dot that in the middle of the circle, and we can draw diagonal lines to meet it. So the same here, a rectangle, then we draw a little square off, like a round little pipe, and then join that diagonal line together to the side of the mask. And then again, we need to draw a little pipe coming out. So it comes out a little bit and then down. Now we're going to draw a line following on from the little faint lines above the bridge of the nose. They're going to come down at a slight angle. And then we're going to curve out from the little spokes that we've created. That's going to curve round and join up the middle point of the forehead strap. And I'm just going to make the one on the left a little wider so it matches the right one. I just put a little few scuff marks on the eyes because he's got the light glass on there. Then from the middle of the forehead strap, he's got 2 lines going up slightly outward. I'm just going to neaten these lines up here. So they go straight up and then it's curved at the top. I'm just going to get the rough distances. The part in the middle is slightly higher raised, higher up than the left and right side. So up across here, goes up diagonal. I'm going to double them lines up on both sides and then a straight line across. So this gives it the 3D look. So this comes down diagonal again and it'll join up from the side part of the head. So this is going to go beyond the eyes. And then it will curve round to the bottom part of our guidelines. So same on this side, a line straight down, like between the cheekbone. And then it's going to curve up from the bottom of the guidelines all the way to the top where we've got the corner point of the mask. And then that's where his hair begins. So here his hair's wavy, comes across to the left. It comes over the top of the mask, so just a few strands. Same when this flicks down and then out to the right. That's the pattern on the mask. So just need to angle this slightly different. And again, another vertical line here goes on the cheekbone in between the spokes and the other line that we're dividing it. And then here you follow the lines in the same angle. This is like the pattern on his front part of his mouth, where his mouth would be. It's like an oxygen chamber. So we draw these lines down. Just a couple more lines, add them down, extend them a little lower. And then we want to make a start on the, just draw like a circular oblong on both sides. This is part of his face mask. And then we want to draw a sidewards oblong, circular, facing towards the other side, so in line if possible. And then do 2 little more circles, and we're just going to roughly map this out. So you draw a line diagonal into the middle, and then it's got like a box, cubed box. So we're just going to roughly sketch it, and then we'll try and draw it properly. So get the shapes in, and then it comes round on his chin, and then his neck will come down. I'll just roughly put his shoulders in as well. From there, we're just going to put in his shirt line. So just do a dot there and make his collar V. And then them 2 lines coming straight down for his jacket. Now to find the top of the head, we're going to measure from the eyes to the forehead. The same distance will be for the hair, so for the top part. So if we just draw in a rough line there, and then a half round circle for the top of the skull, we can start to draw in the hair. So for the hair, we're just going to do it nice and wavy, going to the left hand side, like a comb over. And we're going to curl it from the middle, like a quiff. So it curls out from the middle, and then goes over to the left hand side. So on the right, there's a little flick, we flick it out, all the way around, following the shape of the skull. So just try and get a general direction of the hairline. So it curves around, flicks up in the middle, then curves over again on this side, flicking out to the left hand side. So it's sort of messy and wavy at the same time. And then we're just going to follow the hair strands around to fill in the gaps. So it's just like this. Curve it so your hair's not straight but nice and round, but follows the direction of the hair flow. So it curves over like the comb over. And that'll make it look semi-real. More flicks on the left hand side, make it flick out a little further. A few more stray hairs to make it look a little bit more realistic. A few more hairs on this side. Make sure we've not got a straight line, a straight edge or anything, so the hair looks naturally wavy and different lengths. Once we've finished with the hair, we're going to start on the ears. So instead of ears, it's just got like a block coming out. So if you just in line with the strap on his forehead, the forehead strap, you want to pull it out and draw like an oblong rectangle that's going to curve down to the bottom. Then, once you check they're in line, we're going to start on the bottom part, nice and straight, and then it curves. So if you do this, it's like a disc, like a round circle comes round. You want to try and draw it 3D, so as you curve it around, you want to draw a circle inside it, because it's like a tube. So you want to curve this like a little shotgun barrel. This piece here, and this bit is what connects to the ear. So that piece there that we've just drawn, want to connect it, and then stick a line halfway down at the halfway point for where that sits. I'm just going to widen this cheekbone a little bit. Just rub some of these guidelines out that we've left in. So we can see clear what we're working with. So here we want to draw this circle. It's like a half circle, like this, and just a round line. So we can draw the pipe coming out of it. So just double this line up to make it like a ring, and then I'm just going to put some dots on the metal work for some detailing. And then this bit is where the pipe comes out, and then it connects onto the part in the middle. So it's like a, I don't know, what is it, a pentagon? So it's 3D, so you want to be drawing it with the sides, making it look bulky, and then it connects again on the other side, the same as it did on this one, with a pipe coming through it. So you just want to draw it coming down exactly the same as it did on the other side. So it's like a trapezium at the top and then an upside down trapezium at the bottom. Only the one on the bottom's shorter than the one on the top. It's more stretched out. Then you add in the pipe on the other side, and we want to do it exactly how we did on the left side. So that's going to go inside the barrel. So I need to draw like a ring donut again. So a circle doubled up with another circle inside it. Like this. So if you just double this line up, so it's like a ring again, then you need to add the barrel. So if you just try and make this a little more bulkier, so it's in line with the other side. And then it comes across and curves round, again like a shotgun shell. Extend these lines down where the pipes come on the cheekbone, and then again on this side he's got like that plate at the back with 2 screws in that goes above the little shotgun shell barrel. And then that extends like a fat tube towards the chin part where we drew the ear part. So if you just connect that there at the bottom to the chin, and then you want to put a line, thicken it up, because he has little vents on his cheekbone. He has about 3 or 4, so we'll put them in now before we forget, on the both sides. So we're going to go 3 on each side. So I'll rub that one out, put 3 in because it fits better. And on the side you want to divide that in half, so put a line at the halfway point of the earpiece. Onto the middle part, so we're going to rub out that bit just above. Get rid of some more guidelines, what I've missed. Put some marks here on his neck, like scuffle marks, where his collarbone is. And then this bit goes up and makes a sharp, like V in the middle point, just above. I'm going to rub this bit out because I want to make that box in the middle longer, so it's not as short. I want to make it, I'm going to double this line up here on the upside McDonald's sign, and then these pipes, they come out like this, and that makes like a V sign. Now these curve in, they go through the, like a pentagon, trapezium, whatever it is. So you want to do it nice and long with a narrow line at the top, and then 2 triangles on the sides. Now for the bottom part, you don't do it as far down. So again, same again, trapezium upside down. And you do it shorter. I don't know what shape this is, we need to find out. So it's exactly how it was before, but I just made it a little longer. There we go, that looks better than before. Just make these a little bit more on an angle. Then here is his collar for his shirt. So I'm just going to put these lines down a bit more permanent. I'm going to do a collar for his t-shirt, and just some marks, ripple marks or texture marks, whatever. And then his jacket has a big collar on. So his jacket comes out and then goes in for a big collar, and then his shoulders behind that. A few more scuff marks on the inside of his collar. We'll draw his zip in, so we're just going to draw little rectangles for the zip, like this, on both sides for the pattern. And then for the last bit, we're just going to start on the middle bit, do some little rectangulars, details on the middle part, so 4 on each side. Just go over these a little bit more to neaten them up. And then just neaten this little spoke up on the right side, the middle part, so it goes down in the middle and then a straight line across. And we're going to do that 4 times. Straight across again, same, down on each side and then straight across. I'm just running out of room on this bottom one. We'll just fit it in like that. That's the middle part of his nose. So altogether you should fit 4 across. I'm just going to rub this out at the bottom to make sure it's not touching that. So just a tiny bit and then it fits in better. I'll bring this one down a little further, like that. The last thing we need to do is a couple of details on the jacket. So 2 diagonal lines this way, and then 2 diagonal lines that way. And then we'll do the same on the left side. And that is our finished Starlord from Guardians of the Galaxy, which comes out soon. I think it comes out in May or June, around that time. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.